It's G1 Jim, but not as you know it. Power the Prime's Slug, today on Guerrilla Reviews. Yes, we now have the Dinobots as they were originally conceived in the Power of the Primes line. Here we have Slug, formerly Slug, but we'll get into that in a little bit here. Now it is fairly close to what the Gen 1 toy was. I know because I have it. It's a bit of a wreck, so I didn't bother bringing it with me. But yeah, this is a Triceratops. It's gold, silver, and red. It's ridiculous as ever. But still, I know that excites some people. Since this is Power of the Primes, we do have a combiner limb. We have the hand here. We have this clear part for a additional gun, also covering up the Power Master port. So there you go with that. We also have a gun that looks similar to what he had in G1. So there's something. Now, quick note on the name. Again, in G1, Generation 1, he was known as Slug, which in the original connotation meant the molten runoff or miscellaneous bits that you had to skim off of the molten metals that you're trying to achieve, because those are the impure metals. That was how it was originally intended to be. What they had not counted on was the European colloquialism of that name, implying an individual of very loose morals and sexual promiscuity, which is why they now name him Slug. Stupid, but it's how it had to work. Also, that's where you kind of get the whole skimming off the top colloquialism as well. But this is neither about embezzlement nor loose morals. This is about turning a silly plastic dinosaur into a silly plastic man. So let's get back to that, shall we? Now again, much like Dreadwin, I'm not going to worry about the combiner mode, since I'm not going to be getting the whole set to make the Volcanicus combiner. It's not going to be something you're really excited to see any about. Okay, moving on, we will disconnect the back here, separate the tail, and then we will fold up this leg, like so, fold it this way, rather, then we'll move back and twist the tail, like that, repeat on the other side, then we'll fold down for the leg, then we'll move back here, fold this in, like that, then we can twist this in properly. You get something like the G1 leg. It's kind of where this whole thing is coming from anyway. Okay, repeat with the other leg, move forward, and you'll notice these parts right here. These do act as a sort of added footprint, which is strange. You wouldn't think you would need that considering how much foot he's got, but still, he does, so we do. Okay. Moving on. We fold out the fist, like so, and that's kind of it for the arms, because you just already kind of put them back towards the sides naturally. As you're doing the transformation itself, pull down the lower jaw, reveal the head, give him his gun, and there we go. Yep, I'm in here. There we go. Slug, robot mode. Now, there are a couple things you can do with this combiner fist. You can, the thing you recommend you do, according to the instructions, is put it on his chest right there for a power armor, which is just as ridiculous as it looks. You put that little Prime Master in there, so forth and so forth and so forth. You can also have this little clear part here as a gun, or you can just say, ta-da, say goodbye, the whole deal, just kind of tuck around the back there. No wings, as the G1 had, but to be honest, that was always kind of a weird point anyway. As for articulation, the head does rotate, but since it's so recessed, it's kind of hard to reach. Shoulders on a ball joint, bicep mushroom, faux ratcheting elbow. You do have a waist swivel, so that's something nice. Ball joint for the hips, thigh swivel. Fairly decent knee bend there. Obviously it kind of locks up on there, but that's mostly to keep things going here, and you ain't moving those feet. No way. But still, you got some decent articulation in there. And some nice paint as well, which is partially helping for the fact that they're costing even more money. And before you mention it, yes, these do swivel about. They don't make about as much sense as they did in the G1 toy. So there. Well, on his own, he makes a, at least a modern interpretation of the Slug/Slag figure that you've probably been looking for. And you don't have to shell out near 150 to 200 bucks for him. So that might be exciting for some people. Otherwise, unless you're going to get the whole team, or you just like Slug or Slag himself, you're probably not going to be missing much with this. Anyway, I am the Deceptiwolf. This has been Power of the Prime Slug. I gotta remind you all, free your mind, free your toys.